Beloved, hear this truth, and let it thunder through your being. The universe does not sleep. Divine law does not rest. Spirit does not slumber. While your body lays upon the bed, your mind becomes the workshop of creation. Your subconscious becomes the throne room where decrees are written. And the universe stands ready to fulfill the command you give it. Every night you step into the sacred gate between the seen and the unseen. That gate is sleep. And the words you release at that gate are carried like royal orders into the treasury of the infinite. Whatever you declare, the universe engraves. Whatever you imagine, the universe constructs. Whatever you believe, the universe delivers. Therefore I say, do not enter the silence of sleep as a beggar, but as a commander. Do not close your eyes with worry, but with decree. Do not lie down with fear, but with faith. For the last thought of your waking day becomes the seed of tomorrow's harvest. Say aloud, as I rest, the universe works for me. As I sleep, divine law fulfills my decree. As I dream, abundance takes form. Understand this, the subconscious is the servant of spirit. It receives no argument, it accepts your word as law. If you fill it with doubt, it will carve out delay. If you fill it with command, it will manifest swiftly. The law is impersonal. It only obeys the vibration of your decree. Declare this, I release my word into the night, and it shall not return void. The morning shall prove my faith. The day shall confirm my decree. Wealth is mine, healing is mine, opportunities are mine, divine alignment is mine. Let your last act before sleep be the planting of holy seed. Choose no idle thought, choose no wasted word, for every night is an altar, every bed a temple, and every dream a prophecy waiting to be fulfilled. Hear this and know it deeply. The universe is waiting for your instruction. Wealth is waiting to be summoned. Health is waiting to be commanded. Love is waiting to be allowed. Opportunity is waiting to be received. And all of it answers to the law of your spoken word. So tonight, before sleep, speak with the voice of certainty. Speak with the vibration of prophecy. Speak with the authority of one who knows I am already in possession of what I seek. It is done. It is mine. It is sealed. Close your eyes not in weakness but in power. For as you sleep, the angels of divine law move swiftly to arrange all things for your good. You are never forgotten. You are never denied. You are never delayed. You are only as limited as your decree. Therefore decree this night with boldness, and the universe shall echo your word with demonstration. The universe never sleeps, the divine law never slumbers, and the infinite is never weary. At every moment, in every hour, in every unseen realm, your word is alive, moving, creating, building, shaping the very circumstances of your existence. Your decree is not idle, your thought is not empty, your word is not wasted. For the moment you speak it, the universe engraves it upon the eternal scroll of creation and sets all forces of life in motion to deliver its fulfillment. You may close your eyes, you may drift into slumber, but the decree you released continues its journey. Angels of law carry it, vibrations of spirit amplify it, and the silent substance of the unseen world molds itself to your command. The universe does not stop when you rest, for divine order is ceaseless, unbroken, relentless in its precision. Say aloud now, my word is alive, and it is always working. Say it again with force, my decree is power, and it never ceases. Let it thunder in your being until doubt is crushed beneath the weight of truth. For this is law. Every word spoken with faith and conviction becomes a seed that cannot die, a current that cannot be broken, a vibration that cannot be silenced. Even when you forget what you have spoken, the universe remembers. Even when your mind wanders, divine law remains steady. Even when fear attempts to shout, your word, once released in faith, carries an authority far greater than doubt. Understand this mystery. The world you walk in today was shaped by the decrees you spoke yesterday, and the world you will enter tomorrow is being built even now by the decrees you release in this very hour. Nothing is ever wasted, nothing ever returns void. The soil of the infinite accepts every seed, whether of faith or of fear, whether of lack or of plenty, whether of despair or of abundance. Therefore guard your tongue as the keeper of destiny, for every utterance is an order issued to the universe, and the universe obeys without rest, without pause, without question. Declare with strength, I speak only that which I choose to live. I command only that which belongs to my divine inheritance. I release no word of defeat, for the law is impartial, and my decree is sacred. Let this truth strike the core of your being. If you fill the universe with worry, it multiplies worry. If you fill it with lack, it multiplies lack. If you fill it with prosperity, it multiplies prosperity. If you fill it with faith, it multiplies miracles. The law cannot resist its own design, for it was built to echo your vibration and magnify your command. The universe never sleeps. Hear it again, the universe never sleeps. Your word is always working. While you labor or rest, while you rejoice or weep, while you rise or lay low, the decree you released continues to weave reality. The current cannot be stopped. The chain cannot be broken. The design cannot be erased. Divine substance continues to flow, forming, arranging, aligning, drawing to you the image you have spoken. Therefore, do not release idle words, do not scatter careless speech, do not utter contradiction. For the law does not measure your intention, it only obeys your vibration. Say aloud, I am deliberate in my word, I am conscious in my decree. I command only that which aligns with the highest law of abundance, wealth, health, love, and divine order. Know this, the universe is more faithful than your heartbeat, more consistent than your breath, more relentless than time. It does not forget. It does not fail. It does not tire. It is your eternal servant, but it only serves what you command. Therefore, command wisely, speak boldly, decree faithfully, for every word is alive and every word is working, and the universe will never rest until it has delivered the harvest of your decree. Your subconscious is the silent servant of spirit, the eternal chamber where commands are written and cannot be erased. It does not reason, it does not question, it does not debate. It receives your word as law and sets in motion the machinery of the universe to carry it out. The subconscious does not care if you speak life or death, abundance or lack, faith or fear. It accepts no argument. It rejects no decree. It only obeys. Therefore, understand the power you hold, for every thought repeated, every word spoken with feeling, every image impressed upon the inner screen becomes a command engraved in the sacred vault of your subconscious, and once engraved it must unfold in the theater of your life. Say aloud now, my subconscious is my faithful servant. It executes only the commands I give it. I speak truth, I speak power, I speak abundance, and it is done. Let these words ring with force, for the subconscious responds to vibration, to repetition, to belief wrapped in emotion. It does not bow to logic, it bows to conviction. If you say you are weak, it will carry out weakness. If you say you are strong, it will produce strength. If you declare lack, it will form circumstances of lack. If you decree wealth, it will open doors and draw resources in perfect alignment. The subconscious does not argue. It does not rise up and say, this is too hard. It does not whisper, this is impossible. Those voices belong to the conscious mind, the reasoning mind, the surface layer that is easily swayed by appearances. But beneath appearances lies the infinite reservoir, the unchallenged field of spirit, and the subconscious is its steward. It takes your seed and plants it in the fertile soil of the unseen, where roots form, where substance gathers, where law takes hold. And when the time is right, it breaks through into manifestation, undeniable and unshakable, because it was first established in the inner realm. Declare this truth. I am master of my subconscious through the spirit that guides me. I do not allow fear to write my story. I do not allow doubt to plant its seed. I command only abundance, only health, only joy, only success, and my servant obeys. The subconscious accepts no argument. It does not care if the world says impossible. It does not care if your bank account says empty. It does not care if appearances scream failure. If you impress it with wealth, it builds wealth. If you impress it with healing, it creates healing. If you impress it with victory, it arranges victory. You must therefore guard the gates of your mind as a king guards his throne. Do not let idle words slip into the chamber, for every word is a seed, and every seed will sprout. Do not let despair linger, for despair repeated becomes command, and command becomes reality. You are not permitted to be careless, for the law is exact and your servant is faithful. The subconscious will not protect you from yourself. It will give you exactly what you decree. Speak with care, speak with precision, speak with holy authority, for you are writing the script of your destiny. Say aloud with conviction, "My subconscious is the builder of my world. I impress only divine truth. I impress only the vibration of victory. I impress only the decree of wealth, health, love, and freedom." Feel the power of those words echo within, for as you speak, you are programming the servant that never sleeps, never argues, never rejects, but always obeys. Beloved, this is the eternal law. The subconscious is the servant of spirit and accepts no argument. It is your silent ally, your invisible builder, your faithful executor. Command it wisely, and it will move mountains. Command it boldly, and it will part seas. Command it faithfully, and it will construct a life that bears witness to the abundance of the infinite. Whatever you decree is carried out without delay, without dispute, without resistance, for spirit rules, law obeys, and the subconscious executes. Therefore decree with fire, and the unseen will bow to your word. Sleep is the sacred gateway, the holy passage where the soul steps between two worlds, the visible and the invisible, the seen and the unseen. Every night you cross this threshold. Every night you enter the chamber of creation where the veil is thin and the power of spirit is closest. Do not mistake sleep for silence, for in sleep the unseen is louder than the seen, and what you impress upon your mind before you close your eyes becomes the prophecy of tomorrow. Sleep is not weakness, it is strategy. It is not escape, it is initiation. It is not the end of the day, it is the beginning of creation. Say aloud with strength, "As I sleep, I cross the gateway of power. I plant divine seed in the soil of the unseen. My dreams are prophecies, my rest is creation, my night is my womb of miracles." Let it thunder within you, for the last thought you allow before sleep is the guard that escorts you into the unseen, and that guard either carries fear or carries faith. If you lay down with worry, worry marches with you into the gate and plants itself into the fertile soil of your subconscious. If you lay down with faith, faith carries the torch into the unseen, and light spreads across your path for the day to come. Understand this holy truth. Every night is a ritual. The closing of your eyes is not ordinary, it is a sacred act of sowing. The words you speak before slumber are offerings at the altar of the infinite, and the universe does not reject your offering. It takes it, multiplies it, and returns it as form, as circumstance, as opportunity. Sleep is the temple where your conscious mind yields and your subconscious takes the throne. It is the throne room of creation, and what you decree in that moment becomes law for your unseen servant. Declare now, "I do not enter sleep as a beggar, I enter as a commander. I do not cross this gateway with fear, I cross with decree. I do not release idle words, I release divine law, and it is fulfilled. For when the conscious mind grows still, the subconscious receives pure instruction. There is no reasoning, no debate, no distraction. The command you impress just before the veil descends becomes the architect's blueprint, and the unseen begins to construct according to its pattern. The prophets of old knew this mystery. The wise masters of spirit practiced it with reverence. Before sleep, they spoke with certainty. They declared with authority. They impressed their vision upon the inner screen. And by morning, creation had moved. Opportunity had aligned. Miracles had been set in motion. Do not take lightly what you do before sleep, for the universe does not take it lightly. Your final thought is not small. Your last decree is not forgotten. It is the seed that grows while you rest, the vibration that multiplies in the silence, the command that echoes in the halls of the unseen. Say it with fire. Tonight I sow abundance. Tonight I decree healing. Tonight I declare divine alignment. Tonight I claim wealth, opportunity, joy, and fulfillment. As I sleep, the angels of law move on my behalf. As I dream, the currents of spirit align in my favor. As I rest, all things rearrange for my highest good. This is the eternal rhythm. You sleep, but spirit works. You rest, but law fulfills. You close your eyes, but the unseen opens its gates to receive your decree. Beloved, hear this commandment. Never again shall you enter sleep empty. Never again shall you drift into slumber with idle thoughts. You are too powerful to waste this gateway, too divine to treat the unseen lightly. Each night is your covenant with Spirit. Each night is your audience with the infinite. Each night is your chance to plant the seed of tomorrow. Sleep is not escape, it is alignment. Sleep is not forgetting, it is remembering. Sleep is not death, it is creation. And when you honor this mystery, the seen world bows to the unseen decree, and your life becomes the visible echo of what you commanded at the sacred gate. Your final thought before sleep is the golden seed that determines the harvest of tomorrow. It is not a fleeting moment, it is not a passing whisper, it is the decree planted into the deepest soil of the subconscious, and once planted, it cannot be denied. The last impression upon your mind is the command your subconscious accepts without question and carries into the unseen. It does not delay, it does not hesitate, it does not forget. It begins immediately to build according to the blueprint you gave it. Therefore, hear this truth. You cannot afford to fall asleep with worry, with fear, with lack, with despair, for the subconscious takes it as your command and multiplies it in the coming day. You must choose with holy precision the last thought, the last word, the last decree that will march into the silence of night as your faithful messenger. Say aloud, my last thought is divine, my final word is power, my decree before sleep is abundance, victory, and fulfillment. Let it echo within you, for this is not suggestion, it is law. Whatever you hold in your mind in that final moment is magnified in the unseen. If you close your eyes in complaint, the universe multiplies complaint. If you close your eyes in gratitude, the universe multiplies gratitude. If you close your eyes in faith, the universe multiplies faith. The law cannot do otherwise, for it was designed to reflect and expand the vibration you impress upon it. Beloved, understand the gravity of this sacred moment. The world tells you to fall asleep to distraction, to wander into slumber with idle chatter, with endless noise, with the fragments of worry and doubt. But Spirit tells you, command this holy hour. Treat your final thought as prophecy, for prophecy it is. You are not merely drifting into sleep. You are writing the script for tomorrow. You are not closing your eyes in weakness. You are sowing the seed of strength. You are not ending a day, you are beginning the creation of the next. Declare with authority, I refuse to plant weeds. I refuse to sow lack. I refuse to decree fear. My final thought is always aligned with divine law. My subconscious receives only truth, only abundance, only victory. For the subconscious accepts no argument. It does not say, this is only a passing thought. It does not say, this was not meant seriously. No, it takes every word as command, every image as law, every emotion as blueprint. It is the servant that obeys without rest, and what you impress upon it at the threshold of sleep is carried with the greatest force into creation. Hear this and let it awaken you. The field of tomorrow is already prepared, but the seed you plant tonight determines what grows. Do not sow thorns and expect roses. Do not scatter weeds and expect wheat. Do not release fear and expect faith. The law is exact, and your harvest is only what you plant. Therefore, choose deliberately, choose boldly, choose with the authority of one who knows their word is divine. Say aloud again, tonight I sow prosperity, tonight I sow health, tonight I sow love, tonight I sow opportunity, tonight I sow miracles. Let these words strike the unseen like lightning, for the unseen does not resist, it obeys. And when you awaken, the day will rise to meet the decree you sowed. Doors will open, resources will align, opportunities will appear, and peace will flow, for the harvest always matches the seed. This is law, and the law cannot be broken. Your final thought before sleep becomes the seed of tomorrow's harvest. Guard it as treasure, release it as prophecy, plant it as destiny, and watch as the morning rises, bearing the fruit of your decree, proving once again that Spirit is faithful, that law is exact, and that your word is creation. Decree, do not beg, for begging is the language of those who do not know their inheritance, but decree is the voice of one who understands divine law. The universe does not respond to pleading, it responds to authority. Spirit does not bow to desperation, it bows to certainty. The law does not answer weakness, it answers command. When you beg, you confess lack, and the law multiplies lack. When you decree, you confess power, and the law multiplies power. Therefore I say unto you, cease your begging, cease your pleading, cease your cries of desperation, for you are not an orphan, you are not forgotten, you are not without inheritance, you are the child of the infinite, and your rightful posture is not on your knees in fear, but standing tall in faith, commanding the universe with authority. Say aloud with strength, I do not beg, I decree. I do not plead, I command. I do not doubt, I declare. And it is done. Let these words become thunder in your spirit, for the law cannot resist a decree spoken with unwavering conviction. Every time you beg, you affirm separation. Every time you decree, you affirm union. Begging says, it is not mine yet. Decree says, it is already mine. Begging looks to the heavens as if God is far away. Decree speaks from within, knowing that Spirit is already here, already flowing, already working. The masters of old did not beg for bread, they decreed abundance. They did not beg for healing, they decreed wholeness. They did not beg for deliverance, they decreed freedom. Their words carried power because they spoke as vessels of divine law, not as beggars in the dust. You too must rise into this posture. Speak as one who knows that the universe is your servant, the subconscious is your builder, and the unseen is your treasury. You are not here to chase blessings, you are here to command them into form. Declare with force, wealth, come forth, opportunity, appear, healing, manifest, joy, overflow, alignment, take place now. For every decree sends forth a vibration, and that vibration sets the currents of creation in motion. The law is exact, the law is impartial, the law cannot return void. What you decree with faith must appear, for Spirit has bound itself to its own promise. Your word shall not return empty. You must abandon the posture of begging, for begging is the language of unbelief. It says, I do not have, but decree is the language of faith. It says, it is done. When you beg, you delay. When you decree, you accelerate. When you beg, you keep the thing afar. When you decree, you call it near. The law is impersonal, it obeys vibration, not emotion. Tears do not move it, authority does. Complaints do not stir it, decree does. The universe has been waiting not for your pleading, but for your command. Say aloud again with fire, I speak as one with authority. I command as one with inheritance. I decree as one with divine right, and the universe must obey. For you are not small, you are not powerless, you are not forgotten. You are the image of the infinite, clothed in divine law, armed with the word that creates worlds. Speak as a creator, not as a beggar. Command as a master, not as a servant. Decree as one who knows, and watch as the scene rearranges to mirror the unseen command. Beloved, hear the eternal truth. You are not here to beg from the universe. You are here to command it. You are not here to plead for scraps. You are here to call forth abundance. You are not here to cry in weakness. You are here to speak in power. For decree is law, decree is prophecy, decree is creation. And when you decree with unwavering faith, all of heaven moves, all of earth aligns, all of law obeys. Therefore decree, do not beg, and the universe shall bow to the authority of your word. Faithful declarations before sleep are not idle whispers. They are royal decrees released into the night, and the angels of divine law stand ready to carry them into fulfillment. When you speak with faith at the closing of your day, you summon the unseen forces, you release the messengers of spirit, you set in motion the heavenly machinery that never slumbers. The universe does not rest when you sleep. The law does not pause when you close your eyes. The infinite does not delay when you decree. At the very moment your faithful word is spoken, it is taken up by the hosts of heaven, engraved upon the scrolls of the unseen, and executed with perfect order. Faithless words fall to the ground, but faithful declarations rise like fire and lightning, and the angels of law are bound to obey them. Say aloud with authority, as I speak, the law moves. As I decree, the angels act. As I rest, the unseen fulfills my word. Let this echo within your spirit, for this is not hope, it is certainty. The decree spoken in faith cannot be denied, cannot be delayed, cannot be ignored, for the law is exact, the law is impartial, the law is unbreakable. The universe does not choose whether to obey, it must obey, for faithful words are divine orders, and divine orders carry the seal of spirit. Do you understand the majesty of this mystery? You do not fall asleep alone. When you speak before sleep, you release an army into the unseen. You give the night its assignment. You command the currents of creation. You direct the flow of substance. Every faithful declaration is a torch carried by the angels of law, and they march into the darkness to prepare your dawn. They do not sleep. They do not falter. They do not resist. They obey the vibration of faith, and they arrange all things according to your decree. Declare boldly, I speak wealth, and the angels of law prepare abundance. I speak health, and the angels of law align my body. I speak opportunity, and the angels of law open doors. I speak peace, and the angels of law calm every storm. I speak love, and the angels of law send it rushing into my life. This is not imagination, this is divine order. This is the rhythm of creation. Your faithful word is command, and heaven answers to command. But beware this truth, idle words are wasted, doubting words are poison, fearful words are chains. If you release fear before sleep, fear becomes the angel you have sent forth. If you release lack, lack becomes the messenger. If you release despair, despair takes wings. The law accepts no argument, it obeys whatever is spoken with force. Therefore discipline your tongue. Consecrate your declarations, treat your final words as the keys that unlock destiny. Do not scatter them carelessly, for the angels only execute what you decree. Say it again with fire. Tonight I release faithful words. Tonight I give holy commands. Tonight I summon angels of law, and they go forth swiftly to fulfill my decree. Let your faith be strong, let your words be sharp, let your decree be exact, for vague declarations bring vague results, but faithful, precise declarations bring precise fulfillment. The law is exact, the law is mathematical, the law cannot deviate. When your word is spoken in faith, the result is inevitable. Beloved, this is the eternal covenant. Faithful declarations before sleep. Release the angels of divine law to fulfill your word. You are not powerless, you are not unheard, you are not abandoned. Your voice is creation, your decree is command, your faith is the key that unlocks the treasury of the unseen. Speak boldly, declare faithfully, and rest in the assurance that while you sleep, heaven works, spirit moves, law obeys, and the morning shall rise to prove your decree true. For it is written in the eternal design, your word, once released in faith, shall not return void. And now, beloved, hear this final truth and let it be sealed upon your spirit. The universe is not waiting to decide, it is waiting for your decree. Divine law has never failed, the unseen has never wavered, the subconscious has never rejected, it is only awaiting your command. Sleep is not escape, it is the altar of creation. Your last thought is not small, it is the seed of destiny. Your word is not fragile, it is eternal law. You are not here to beg, you are here to decree. You are not here to hope vaguely, you are here to command boldly. Every night, as you stand at the threshold of the unseen, you must choose with holy authority the decree that will shape your tomorrow. Say it now and seal it within. As I sleep, the universe works for me. As I rest, the angels of law fulfill my decree. As I dream, abundance, health, love, and success take form. It is done, it is sealed, it is mine. Walk with this knowing, you are the commander of law, the sower of destiny, the master of the unseen. Nothing can oppose the faithful decree. Nothing can erase the word spoken in faith. Nothing can silence the voice aligned with spirit. Therefore, close your eyes not in fear but in power, not in doubt but in authority, not in weakness but in dominion. For as you sleep, the gate opens, the seed is planted, the decree is carried, and the morning shall rise to prove your faith true. It is finished, it is done, it is fulfilled.